My dear friends, what does love look like? It looks like this sanctuary tonight. It's like the story from which we learn how to truly love our neighbor. From the following conversation heard between two villagers in a distant city. The first said, "Tell me, Ivan, do you love me?" The second one said, "I love you deeply." Said the first, "Tell me then, do you know what gives me pain?" And Ivan replied, "How can I possibly know what gives you pain?" "Then if you do not know what gives me pain," explained the first, "then how can you say that you truly love me?" And the rabbi of that town said, "Know then that to truly love another human being means to know what gives that person pain. Love that lasts means living with shared pain. I never worry when people who truly love each other disagree. I worry when they don't. The outpouring from every religious leader in this sanctuary and hundreds more watching or who have written, left voicemails, texts, emails across all religious and racial lines since last Saturday reflect relationships of love and unity I can only describe like God's mirror reflecting back. If true love means sharing our sorrows as well as our joys, then the impulse of a Muslim friend to drive here to temple instinctively last Saturday when news broke of the synagogue massacre, that a Muslim drove here, followed by the sudden appearance of so many Christian, Hindu, the entire Memphis interfaith community across all racial, geographic, religious lines. That's the comfort to this horror. The constant refrain received in my inbox, voicemail, and text are these words: "You are not alone. Tell your synagogue and the Jewish people you are not alone." We feel that tonight. And it goes both ways, because a blow against one of us is a blow against all of us, whether it's an African-American grandfather gunned down by a white nationalist while shopping with his grandson for school supplies, or the 11 Jews hunted down in the synagogue just like ours, as yet another racist and anti-Semite shouted the unthinkable. There are children here, so you know what he shouted. The way we go on is by continuing the Memphis thing. Bonds so deep, relationships so tight, they transcend whatever individual religion or faith tradition we practice on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. This was not a program planned by Temple Israel. This is a response to so many partners in faith who asked, "Can we come pray with you?" That our Muslim brothers and sisters gave up going to the mosque and prayed here so that they wouldn't miss services here tonight is just one indication of that. Or for Christians, Thomas Merton put it so well. It's a very Jewish Christian Muslim idea when he said, "In the end, it is the reality of personal relationships that saves everything. And there are no more deep-seated, respectful, or loving interfaith relationships than the ones represented up there and down here tonight." Before Rabbi Bowman finishes tonight's sermon with another beautiful song, I want to share a true story most don't know that I truly believe would happen if the unthinkable happened in Memphis. whether the victimized people were blacks, Jews, Muslims, or any other group singled out by racists or anti-Semites. You all know about the murder of 6 million Jews by the Nazis in the 1933 to 1945 era, known as the Holocaust. As the plan to exterminate all Jews unfolded, there were still, in case you didn't know, 8,000 Jews still alive in Berlin who had not been deported to death camps. 1,800 of those were Jewish men, mostly married to non-Jewish German women. They were separated from the other 6,000, and these 1,800 men were jammed into a warehouse-like office on Rose Street, Rosenstrasse, in the welfare offices for the Jewish community located in central Berlin. The Gestapo, led by Goebbels, told Hitler that for Hitler's birthday in April 1943, the Nazis would rid Berlin of Jews and deport those 1,800 Jewish men holed up on Rosenstrasse to the Auschwitz crematoria. Guess what happened? The wives of these men went to the building and declared in German, "If you think you are going to send our husbands to their deaths, you are going to have to kill us first." And the remarkable fact of history is that the Nazis backed down, not wanting the spectacle of blonde German wives mowed down on the streets of Berlin. This women's protest was the only time that there ever was a protest against the final solution in Germany. It shows that when people stand up in defense of the other, justice prevails. Unless neighbors, not of the same faith only, but of different faiths, unless neighbors of different faiths stand up in the face of injustice, nothing will ever change. My dear friends, it's the vigor of love that can and will drive out hate. And I don't mean a love in the head or the loins. I mean a love expressed through micro moments of connection that add up to what this Jewish Sabbath is supposed to be, a taste of the Messianic age, when there is only oneness and unity and love, like the oneness, unity, and more love filling this sanctuary tonight.
This night, as you saw, as you read, is about love as a response to hate, as blatant and naked as we've ever seen it. Love, we have to ask ourselves what it is. What does it look like in practice? It can't be just a feeling, because then it doesn't help anyone, then it doesn't save anyone. And this is a moment when we have to ask ourselves how we can save one another. So love, I believe, is the act of listening. Shema Yisrael, even when we don't want to hear what is being told to us, the act of listening. Love is the act of showing up, atem nitzavim, even when we'd rather stay home, when it's simpler to stay where we are, to take a step. Love is the pursuit of justice in the public sphere, tzedek, tzedek, tirdof, even when it costs us our security, which it may. It often does, but that is love. Love is seeing the face of God in every human being, Tselem Elohim, even when she doesn't look like you or pray like you. Love is never giving in to hopelessness, od lo avda tikvatenu, because we know our children are watching and they need us to be strong. And love is never doing to the other what is hateful to us. Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Because we know that there is no other. So on this night, when we hear the word love, may we think of actions like listening, like standing up, like pursuing justice, like accepting, like hoping, and like uniting in a common purpose. And tomorrow, when this moment is past, may we remember that our task is to put more love in the world, in action, with every breath we take. That is the whole Torah, Rabbi Hillel says. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may this be the way that we live. I've been wandering and I don't understand, stumbling around, blind and thirsty towards some promised land. But I remember once a whispering in my ear, everything you do from your heart will surely echo here. So I dance and sing that tune, pour my water on the ground and watch as roses bloom. Did you put more love in the world today? More love on your way to the setting sun. There is only one measure when you can honestly say, I put more love. You're welcome to join me in that chorus. It's in your leaflet. I remember when we had to leave our home, middle of the night, running blind, we were so alone. We were grateful for the little that we had, cherishing the gifts and the care from every helping hand. Over time we came to see there's a simple path that leads to true prosperity. Did you put more love in the world today? More love on your way to the setting sun. There is only one measure when you can honestly say, I put more love. Simu simu ahavatchem ba'olam. Simu simu ahavatchem ba'olam. Simu simu ahavatchem ba'olam. Simu simu ahava. Well, today I found a place I could not mend, sitting on the bed holding hands with a faithful friend. And I told her that the whole thing shook my faith, wondering aloud if our striving was really all a waste. She said, there is just one task. All that matters is the answer when the question's asked. Did you put more love in the world today? More love on your way to the setting sun. There is only one measure when you can honestly say, I put more love. Simu simu ahavatchem ba'olam.